Here is Johnny. Guess what? New haircut, new me. Ironically, somehow. I have no idea how. But it is a me, and that me is back. Okay. Let's go. We have a second stream. Mr. President, a second stream has hit the building today. Okay. Let's go. I don't mind. Things go to me. Very fun indeed. Forgot for me there. Ah, okay. Good stuff. Check and reward. Don't mind me. Just checking in. We can do this thing. Let's fucking go. Gonna be very interesting. Let's go not say hi. Dude, is this the camera focusing like that, or is it my controller drifting? Oh, it is my controller drifting. I thought it was the camera naturally like panning towards something. Maybe it was, and it got stuck until I had to reset this really hard. But I think that it is my controller drifting. Or my right stick on the controller drifting.
Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right
Yeah,
now,
Monica.
you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel de Boer name!
It was an accident.
I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses?
No, I'll do better, I promise.
Yeah, her hat is bigger than yours, so you have to respect her.
She won't even listen to what the poor girl has to say. Oh, hey, cut her some slack. You gotta at least hear her out.
Oh, yell at Paimon, please.
Huh? Who do
Wait.
you think you are telling me? Wait a second.
Her head is a little bit, only a little bit bigger.
So, you're bringing backup now. Suit yourself! You're still wasting your time!
Bro, I'm on that girl's side. What can I tell you? She has a point.
Is this how you always treat your staff?
My staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now. And last time I checked, the Hotel de Boer doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business. But when a member of your staff is so overworked he becomes gravely ill, that most definitely is our business. We're going to stand up for him, whether you like it or not.
Overworked?
Yeah,
I've said it
unions.
before, and I'll say it again. If Vermont can't handle the job, then tough luck. There are plenty of other capable people I can hire instead.
But Philmont can do the job, he just...
Monica, back inside, now!
Huh? But you said I shouldn't come back until...
Just do as you're told!
Mixed
and
messages,
not a
huh?
word out of you. Come on, we have work to do.
We gotta cook.
Wow, what a horrible person.
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama again.
It's almost like she's bipolar and enjoys that.
Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef at Hotel de Boer. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her staff. One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness. He's been bedridden for days, and he can barely even talk properly.
I'm sorry.
Flappers.
It's all my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef.
Yeah, you're not even wearing an apron and a hat.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw. Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful dialogue with us. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way. Camping out, watching, and waiting for an opportunity.
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke. Did Paimon ruin everything?
Should have thunk before she spoke. My god, that is a sentence.
Oh, no, not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in. I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't. And besides, I don't really
Oh,
think
the
I'm built for
music.
espionage. Yeah,
The
meaning
music
it's
is gonna
be
hit so
all the
different.
more difficult to get the inside scoop now. Oh, I might as well head back to the Fleuve Cendre then. We'll need to come up with a whole new game plan.
Paimon will join you, 'cause this is kinda all Paimon's fault.
Yeah, fuck Paimon.
Oh, guys, it's fine.
Always agree.
You don't need to worry about it. That said, if you were planning to visit the Fleuve Cendre anyway, let me take you out for a meal. I'll make sure it's a proper feast. A really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosula's tavern. Her name is...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now. We shouldn't subject our customers to that. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered into your hands.
Monica's the one apologizing? Huh. Clearly Savannah is the one who owes an apology.
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
Alright. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
a little highly strung, huh?
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef?
Well, according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's a story for another time. Let's try this candy.
Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in! Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find Escapade.
Escoffier? Could this mean...
Cut it down?
Huh? You know that name, Navia?
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
That's where we will find her. There she is.
Up and away!
Dude, I'm gonna abuse the shit out of this guy. Oh no! The cook! Dude, he's there. I should switch them places, actually. It's gonna save me a lot of switching around. Let's go.
Let's go.
He said the same thing as me.
Easy now, Kakuku.
We don't get the nighttime theme.
Escoffier, anyway.
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Boer, before Savannah. She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Boer and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, She's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Bour's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de Bourg. That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right? Wow. Why the heck would she let Savannah take her place?
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Bourg was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu.
Ooh.
But none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility. And she was sent to the fortress of Meripede.
Criminal.
Mirapede?
I'm already
Well,
interested in
you're
her.
right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah.
So that's what happened. Paimon still thinks it's really unfair.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
Well, about that.
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
And it is kind of funny in a way.
Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got it?
Yes, Chef.
Chef, yes, chef, fuck, yes, chef.
The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same mistake twice.
Yes, Chef.
Rude criminal waifu.
Excuse us.
And she can cook.
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
Music is so quiet.
These days, yes.
I would have loved it
I'd
to
say
be a little bit
business has tripled
louder.
since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef. Well, in her words, the Hotel de Bourg doesn't need her anymore. It doesn't look like she's got any plans to go back.
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift.
Fiamma. That's the second time we've heard that name. Who is that again?
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son, and with Mom stuck at home taking care of Dad, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So, you two must be the world-famous traveler and her companion, Paimon, yes? Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk about...
I come to
Savannah.
bang. Meet me on the Normandy. Oh, bang, okay?
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number of times Navi has come to pester me about it. But I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And being ex-head chef doesn't give me the right to interfere with that business.
Does it though?
Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid, even. She wasn't at all confident that she was the right fit for the role.
That's hard to believe. Are we definitely talking about the same Savannah here?
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Fiamar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at this note we got from Monica.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know what they think unless you ask them?
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell. We're only in the initial phase of our investigation. All we're trying to do is get the other chefs to open up to us.
Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica.
Escoffier?
I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on, we're going.
Wait, so now she's,
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Bro, this is literally an episode of Hell's Kitchen. Where is my... Okay, fine. Thought she would be standing there. Let's go.
Wait, she looks like... Is that a Escoffier?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hello? Kind sir? Some recipes for the poor of heart. Oh, I just realized that I'm the traveler, not Aoife.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed.
But
Exactly.
please, you have to forgive me or Chef is gonna... Okay, I know. I'll kneel before you.
How about a
What
blowjob?
the heck?
That would be much better.
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish.
Yeah, you
again.
pray to the
But
god
this
of
time,
your
get
choosing.
it right. You cannot go begging your customers to feel sorry for you.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake. But if I can't go back into the kitchen, I can't do the dish over.
That's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook? If this is what Forma had to put up
Hey,
with,
blowjobs
no
do the
wonder
job
he
very
went there.
well. Just my opinion, though.
For interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing. Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest.
Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and then threw me out of the kitchen.
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escapade was head chef here. I gotta say, you're all looking a little worse for wear these days.
I mean, Escaffier was strict too, but I think the difference is that her criticism was more constructive, so you knew what you did
You
wrong
are
and
an
how to
idiot
improve, and
sandwich.
we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard on us because she truly wanted us to reach her level. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just do it again. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Fleuve Cendre.
Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the boss here anymore.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own. What happened back then, that wasn't on you, and all of us know that. That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts, there's no way of knowing how that Lumiline ended up in the food we served.
Lumiline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they used it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli.
Oh god, I need that.
Yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to nerve
Oh
damage.
shit, now I do need
So it
that.
quickly ended up on the guard's list of controlled substances. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry.
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high, because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you, a fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Oh.
You literally
Sorry,
live in the
say.
sewers. What
Great.
the fuck are you
That's
on
where I'm
about?
dining from now on.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just
Yeah,
have
and
to let
her hat
bygones
is
be
bigger than
bygones.
yours.
Besides,
So I'm afraid
at
she's
the end of
right.
the day, I was the head chef, regardless of whose mistake it was. Ultimately, the responsibility lay with me.
If only Savannah was.
Oh goodness. I am kinda tired
Sorry?
actually.
Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef? No, chef.
So, you do remember who's boss? Escoffier? I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like
Ooh.
someone has a chip on her shoulder.
You know, one girl's hat may be taller, but the other one is not only tall, but it's kind of wide. So the overall area that it covers is bigger. So I don't even know which one of them is the bossier boss.
my God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, Are you
Oh,
still
they
using
go and
Blue
fight.
Lotus as an off-brand markup, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business!
What happened to not storming in and raising hell?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to
Cat
see
fight,
something this
cat
spicy
fight,
as soon as
cat
Escoffier
fight.
returned.
Huh? Fanasium?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tete-a-tete between chefs at the Hôtel de Bord, I dare say it would be de rigueur to settle this the traditional way.
Pillow fight? Also, I want to say, I wanted to pause and say that the voice actor who was doing this probably enjoyed himself a lot. Because he gets to do like a freaky French type of accent.
The traditional way?
The traditional way.
Thing.
Cat pillow fight?
That's right. I'm talking,
In
of
a
course,
poll?
about the tradition established by Modeste himself.
The
The
cooking,
cooking contest.
the cooking contest.
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes. Everything from petty arguments over next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant.
Bro, they should have done
Contest would
cat
decide
fights
who
in
had
a
the final
pool
say.
of dirt.
Huh. Sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Ah, well, it might
Okay,
sound that way
nay.
to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in the culinary arts. And indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hôtel de Bord into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine.
Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who?
What say you, Escoffier? Surely you of all people won't back down from this challenge. It was you who put the rule in place after all.
Dude, the side booba. Very deliberate.
I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hotel de Boer anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a little?
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms. We could simply treat it as an exhibition of sorts. Savannah, any objections?
Exhibition. Huh. No. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens to me.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Boer to me.
What? The Codex de Boer?
Only the
The
legendary
Codex de
handbook
Boer?
written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Boer. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world. And only the present and former head chefs of the Hotel de Boer have the right to read it.
Present and former? Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copy, right? They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original codex?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift, to thank Escoffier for her years of service. Asking for it back feels a little,
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they?
I'm actually on her side. Like, why is everybody so retardedly obsessed with that codex? It's like, yeah, she just puts up a term. It's like, yeah, if you wanna do
As
this,
for the contest
here are
itself,
the rules.
let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Boer, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier, you against me. Are you in or out?
I like that split screen. Oh, that was such a sexy transition.
Alright then, let's see how much you
Alright,
actually
I actually wanted to pause, but I failed at it miserably. That was actually a very sexy screen split because it wasn't like, you know, the line was not uniformly thick. It was like thinner towards the bottom and thicker towards the top. And then it just went like whoop.
I hope you surprised
Damn,
me,
that was a
Savannah.
cool transition. I
hate to
love
find
that.
out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off.
Believe me, I'll show you.
I'll show
Escoffier,
you.
are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
I do apologize. This whole ordeal reflects rather poorly on us. I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. The Hôtel de Bord runs as more of a partnership, you see. It was founded by two friends, Modeste and Savelli, and it's been that way ever since. So, while I am technically Savannah's boss, it's not really my place to interfere with the business of the kitchen. To be perfectly honest with you, that's part of the reason why I suggested a cooking contest. If Escoffier wins, it would be the perfect opportunity for her to talk some sense into Savannah. Or, of course, if she wanted to return, then... but anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whatever the outcome, this contest will hopefully serve as a turning point for us. Please, pass on my best wishes to Escoffier. I must say, Savannah surprised me with her confidence. Does she really believe she can best Escoffier in the kitchen? I thought she was just blowing off steam when she first raised the idea to me.
Yeah, you should have suggested the pillow fight.
I can't believe I got to witness that firsthand. I only stopped by here for a quick meal. I definitely got my Mora's worth today.
Alright, I'll tell Monica that he doesn't need a blowjob anymore. Why are we doing that? I should have actually realized that this is a thing. What year?
Easy now, Kakuku.
Dude, I'm gonna enjoy that chicken riding.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere. Was it really sensible to just go along with it?
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking. So if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her.
Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay, that's one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modeste's adventures. Back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide, partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations had an enormous influence on the course of Fontaine cuisine, turning it into a much more vibrant and diverse scene. For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Bourg was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things they had ever tasted. Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg, which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world. Especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius, and over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex de Bourg.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the Codex, the Hôtel de Bourg took its rightful place as the finest restaurant in the land, serving those recipes for centuries to come. Something like that?
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How could any restaurant survive if they only served food that was popular last century? Anyway, never mind centuries. Sibeli and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame. Then, Modeste passed away while he was still in his prime. And that was it. The end of the Hotel de Bour's heyday. It fell into decline, and for most of its history, it was just a nondescript place with a couple of cheap tables. It's only in recent decades that it started recovering. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Vanigem and the restaurant we have today.
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then. Paimon figured it was like one of those mystical books they have in Liyue's martial arts novels, where the main character learns all their secret powers from.
Yes, well, that's fiction, and this is reality. You can't meet the tastes of modern diners by following some ancient recipes from a dusty old book.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Bourg they sell now is actually Escaffier's reimagination.
Wait, really? Why though? Didn't that recipe make it into the Codex?
It did, but like I said, it's the dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once were. Not to mention that there's no way of finding the secret ingredient Modeste wrote about. So, reimagination is right. I consulted some historical records and took what I could from the Codex. But ultimately, the Gâteau de Bourg of today is my own recipe. As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day, well, you've got Vanigem's business sense to thank for that.
Oh. Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the mystique out of it.
Hey now.
Honestly, this is like the most down-to-the-ground story that they have done in a long time. And I kinda dig it. I like that.
Escaffier's version is more suited to your palate.
It was like, hey, here's this guy. He was like a great chef, and then she was like, he left like a dusty old diary, and she just couldn't. The other chef just couldn't reach it, so she just reimagined what his cake was like. And it's so down to earth. It's actually a very comprehensible plot. You know what I mean? I actually like big fucking props to them. And she's like, yeah, but you know, the reason that we still do like 16 slices daily is just kind of a sense of tradition, and because it's like really good for marketing and business. It's like, holy shit, this is actually such a nice story. All of a sudden, I was truly ready to clown on this, but somehow it is so simple and it works.
Mention that the Hotel de Bourg never would have fallen into a slum.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the Codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah.
So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be a symbolic thing? Like, whoever holds the original Codex de Bourg is the true head chef?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escaffier as a parting gift. Meanwhile, Savannah only got a copy. Maybe from her point of view, it's like management doesn't truly see her as being worthy of the role.
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first place. Well, a joint decision by her and Vanigem. But still.
What? Huh. Guess she's had a major change of heart since she became head chef. Yeesh.
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our Gâteau do the talking. It means besting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself, even if I have to beat it out of her with a spatula.
That would be very nice, actually.
However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still has her chef's pride. And if she respects the art, she'll respect the outcome of our contest.
She respect the hustle.
I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Froment. All you need to do now is win the contest. But that should be a breeze for you.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Bourg is very complicated to make. Usually, it takes 3 chefs working in tandem to cover everything. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But I'd prefer to play it safe if I can find a couple of assistants in time.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick 2 of us.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned, I will hold you to exceptionally high standards. Think you're up to the task?
Fuck me up, mommy.
Oh, count me in too. I've spent weeks perfecting my macarons after your scathing review. Even if it means competing against the Traveler, so be it. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place. Show me your knife skills.
London experience? Normal attacks to cut the fruit. It seems she will collect the slices and process them into some
I've
sublime
always called
system.
it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh no.
Wait, there was
Looks like
dialogue.
you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this cold press to extract flavor compounds from the ingredients. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses cold temperature extraction to isolate the essence of cooking ingredients.
Now you're
It can be
introducing
used to
bullshit
flavor
into your
dishes
writing.
more precisely. This isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you a demonstration instead.
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Carmen's never used anything this weird before. Cool.
And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients. I processed all the fruit you chopped up earlier.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated. What next? Do we add all this stuff in?
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once
Absolutely
will ruin the
not.
balance of
Go
flavors.
freak yourself.
We have to go slowly and carefully to calibrate the exact flavor we want. I'll demonstrate again. Now, watch closely.
Learn at her feet. Alright, I'm just gonna let that through. And master her precision cooking. The flavoring you got from a multifunctional food processor can adjust the flavor profile of the dish. Strike a balance between fruity flavors and floral flavors to adjust the set for what?
Slowly and carefully.
Okay, I think I know what the game wants from me. So I assume that this is 5. I need 4. So I can do how many? 6, 5, 8. 8 minus 4, no. 7 minus 2, that's 5, no. If I have to dump all of them, right? 5, so I can do 10, and I need 6. Okay. Oh, wait. Apparently it works the other way around, huh? Okay.
That didn't count. I was experimenting.
Oh, I see how that works. So the other way around, I need 4 more of these. Right, so I just do this and that. Easy clap. First try! I thought it was the other way around.
And voila! Now it's your turn.
It would be so funny if they gave you one where it's just impossible to do.
Not terrible. Considering this was everyone's first time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse.
I like
Traveler's
the
work with
fucking it
flying
up
insects.
though.
Are you sure you've never done this before? You got almost perfect results on your first try.
It was kind of funny. I like it. Hey, I was just experimenting. I kind of like that. It's kind of cute. I love failing these and like doing the stupid things just to see like what the developers
That goes
thought
without
of
saying.
when I
Still,
do that.
Credit where credit's due. You did well. Alright,
Okay.
now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel de Boer's current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score. That's right. The true test of your
Final
cooking skills
score.
is the finished product. It'll be good practice for the contest itself. Now get to it. Chop chop.
Chop, chop. Dude, we need to get to chop. Hey, buddy. Submit dish from Hotel de Boer. I don't even know what dish.
Have you picked a dish yet? Shoot.
I don't even know. There you go, I have some macaronis.
Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now, let the grating commence.
4 out of 10. Too much water.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
6 points.
What?
Oof!
Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aww.
Would it though?
Me next, me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points.
Aw.
Can I get
Now for the
69
final dish.
points?
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Easy clappers.
Darn, that's barely higher than what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation.
What the fuck is that?
I have to give
Smiley
this one
face.
8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
Aww.
How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up. No way did you taste that.
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking the Traveler as one of your assistants then?
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes?
Chef Escapade.
Oh, it's Hilaire.
Ugh.
What brings you here?
I heard the news.
Bro, this guy's gonna
about the
outcook
cooking
everybody.
contest. You're doing Gâteau de Boer, right? I was just wondering if you needed any help.
Let him cook.
You think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
He doesn't even have an apron or a chef's hat. How is he going to help?
Firma. Last I heard, get out of bed.
Chef Escaffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. I'm sorry. I know I've been rather useless these past few days, but not anymore.
I'm gonna be
The
useless
fact
2
is,
more
I'm a
days.
fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the Hotel de Bourg kitchen. So if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escaffier, it's me.
No, dude, I'm gonna be under Chef
I
Escoffier.
hope so.
That's my spot.
Firma, have you even set foot in a
Rude.
kitchen since leaving Hotel
The dude
de
walks
Bourg?
in like that and tries to steal my chick.
I have not.
That's not how
But
bros work.
I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it. Let me whip something up for you right
This guy is not a bro, for sure. Chop chop, motherfucker.
Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
PTSD.
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again! Again!
I...
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong? I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then will I never be able to work in a kitchen again?
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Where did she come from?
Monica, when did you get here?
Probably because
Spying?
you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was, I would have stood up for you sooner.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless toward you. I probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escaffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it. In the trash now!
Then she orders us
I
to
would
redo the
take
dish
that.
again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Everything except the fish heads I would
Every
take.
time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out or get out of my kitchen!
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh, man. That must be awful.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination to prove yourself. What changed?
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Each time I had to redo a dish, my heart sank a little further. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I am just hopeless at this.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work here. Ones that won't be resolved by merely seeking compensation. I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time? Clearly, I'm in no state to help out.
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Let's not forget, I taught you and her everything you know. Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh, well, Paimon and Nadia will still keep practicing, just in case.
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs.
Or assassinate the other girl.
Actually, I thought maybe I could help. That's sort of why I'm here.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then, well, this is the first chance I got.
You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica.
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah? Joining the other side seems like a guaranteed way to put your future employment in jeopardy.
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer anyway. Unless I want to become the next Fermat. I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway, Monica's a professional chef, so nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Great.
Unless she's a plant.
And to congratulate you all on making the team,
Mhm.
I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to celebrate.
Spina sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking?
Well, I promised the traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre. And I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
Feast her.
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives.
Did we really need the
Bad
narrator?
idea, actually. Wait, hold on. You need to finesse that further.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Why, Savannah? Why?
Why?
Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her hands on it. But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled recipes in between diary entries from Modeste's adventuring phase. And most of it's not even legible anymore. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely that's infinitely more useful than this old thing. Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah I knew would go to all this effort just to make a point. We were. At least I always thought we were. She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out. And she was always striving to improve as a chef. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief. Well, I mean to an extent, of course. I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex. Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Bois, Savelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bois and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound fame slowly drove him and Savelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would swing wide open for Modeste would shut in Savelli's face. And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Savelli. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness. And that was it. They neither had a decisive split nor got the chance to properly reconcile. Their story just came to an end. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends.
God damn, bro.
Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. Really? Well, I like the confidence. Don't let me down tomorrow, then. You better bring your A game. Let's hope that Savannah isn't all sizzle and no steak. After all the work we put in, it would kind of be a shame if tomorrow was a complete cakewalk.
Oh, fuck, we have to do it like that. She turned into Lillian! No way, bro.
It's cooking contest day! To the Hotel de Bois! Off and away!
Did you hear the news?
Uh,
Escapade's coming back for a cooking contest.
I like that you can actually enter buildings with that.
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome one and all to the Hotel de Bois and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Michel
Savannah,
Cook.
I've brought the original copy of the Codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness,
If I were a
this
plant, I
contest
would
will be
definitely
conducted
do
in
that.
a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict. This is to ensure that no one will know which dish is made by which contestant.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
So who's gonna swap the
When my meal got
labels?
interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me. Getting a seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Not having to hire another voice actor is a pretty sweet deal.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hotel de Bois cooking contest commence!
They should just genuinely give that guy a blowjob too, huh? At this point. What happens if I fail?
Monica, Traveler, it's go time. Let's do this.
Goat time.
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work. Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like in
Oh,
a
okay,
food
wait.
blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
Wait, so I don't actually have a way to balance this shit. That's actually kind of bad.
Up to the freezer.
I need a 4. Give me a 4, dude. Doesn't want to give me a 4. He gives me a 6. Are you fucking kidding me, brother? Can I get a 4? Is it not possible to get a 4? Or is there another? Oh, wait. There might be a second one, no? Okay, wait.
That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors.
Oh, okay, wait. I see. I see the problem. So we need 4 of these. Means that I can do that, and do that. Easy clap. I keep getting more and more time. Ayo! Welcome, mate. How are you doing? My brain literally had a massive fart. I did not understand somehow that I need to actually cut up fruit to get food. I thought that I was getting that shit from the same place. Also, I feel like you literally can't really fail that. Make the next layer of cake. Ayo. Traveler! Okay, we need 4 fruitas. Wait, I just literally got 4 apples. Is that all that I need?
Balance the flavors.
XD?
But the quantity is too low.
You mean the quantity is too
What
low?
are you playing at? That's not how I taught you to do it. Stop horsing around and do it again.
Yes, chef.
Oh, tension.
Wait, let's see. So I can just do this and this. Oh wait, this is kind of way too easy. I'm even more depressed? Why though? It's a great Saturday evening, my friend.
What do you think?
The cake is a lie. Why are we even trying to cook? The other girl, she's just standing there like that. I literally have what I need. Easy clap.
Escoffier is already
It's
on the final
coffee.
step of the recipe.
It's already on the final step of the recipe. 2, 6, 3. Wait, I can have 5 and 5. Okay, wait. I can do this, this, and this. Easy clap. Pictures of the cat didn't happen. It's a place where we share cat pictures, please. Unironically, my phone is like fully clogged with cat videos. I just save them and I send them to my mom. And they're also kinda nice to have.
I present to you
Clappers!
4.
Did I send it with the link? Yes. You can put it. Use your elemental burst to complete the work. This is kinda how they... I like how they give you a trial of her like elemental skill and burst in a very, very silly, creative way. There's way too much chocolate. My ass cheeks are literally afraid of that cake.
We were like a flock of snow-winged geese, completely in sync, working gracefully and elegantly together. Great work, team.
Great work, team. I'm desperate for Primo Gems. I want Navia and I need one Tenpo. You will get it. There is enough of that in the patch. Dude, these cooks, they're kind of funny.
That guy was right.
Yeah, I pulled today
Whose is whose just by looking at them.
one Tenpo and today. Why today? I got 41 CV artifact. It's a goblet from Mama Ika. Holy. I actually got some based artifacts today too. Updated my Mama Ika. She has like 96% crit rate now. So I'm pretty happy. I also got a bunch of really insanely artifacts for both Escapade and Aoife. Somehow I had like 2 insanely good artifacts for Aoife. Wanna see it? I wanna see the cat first. Cat first, artifact second. Okay. Mine has 81 with Codex. Oh my god. That is such a cute void. Look at those eyes. It's like it's so scared of the camera. But it's so cute. It's kind of small though. How old is it? It's like a few months or something?
I think maybe someone got a little carried away.
So dumb. Isn't this just your average cat?
This is all over the place. Who made this?
I feel like average cat is kinda dumb, in a way. She's turning 1 year old in August. Oh wow, she looks really young. I thought that 1 year would still be a little bit bigger, but hey.
Might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
We've had a cat since I was like 13. He's actually since I was 12 maybe. Yeah, so that cat is like 17 years at this point that we have. And it's kind of interesting. It's always very interesting to, you know, observe some cats because some of them are really smart in some senses, but really dumb in other senses. And it's like the guy that we have is like, he's kind of a moron. And we called him Vinegar because of that, which is like a really funny name for a cat as well. But he's like dumb in some senses and he's really smart in other senses. In the fact, for example, we've had cats and they would look in the mirror and, you know, they would see the reflection of themselves and they would aggro that. But he's really smart in that sense because he always understood that it is his reflection. Okay, there was actually one time in his life where he tried to, you know, sniff out his own reflection, but then he just never paid any attention whatsoever to his reflections after that. He just kind of understood it, figured it out, and remembered that forever, basically. It's kind of interesting. She doesn't like affection much unless she's hungry or wants to sleep close to me. It's always kind of hard, because if you have a kitty which is not very affectionate, it's very hard for them to become affectionate. Our dude is also like that. We once took him to the village. Oh, I mean, we took him when he was a small kitten. We took him to the village a couple times. And one time, I guess he went onto somebody's property and either messed with somebody, somebody like kicked him in the jaw. I don't know, maybe it was like a farm animal, maybe it was like a cow that hit him in the face or something. I don't know, but something hit him in the face and broke his jaw. So we had to like take him back. He had to undergo surgery. We had to feed him via the syringe and stuff. And this was basically the most affectionate that he has ever been. Like, he would actively come to you and sit on your lap and other such things. But outside of that, after he recovered, he would almost never really try to get onto anyone. I mean, he kind of started doing that more over the last few years, but he only started doing that with mom. He doesn't really sit on anybody else. With mom and with grandma as well. Like, later on, he learned to sleep on the grandma as well from time to time. She's kind of interesting, but like, for me, for dad, for anybody else, he would never sit on anybody's lap, and he wouldn't like it if you take him up like on your hands. It's kind of interesting as well, but you know, if a cat is like that, then a cat is like that. You cannot do much about it. She's scared of height like me. I mean, it's normal for a kitten, yet at least. Only smart thing she's good at is hearing whether or not I put food on her ball. Dude, they learn that so fast. It's like, if there is any smell of food or if there is like any notion of getting food, they learn that so fast, you know? Is it food releases the good chemicals in the brain, so they learn really, really fast of you know what the food is like. We also have the same thing with our cat when somebody comes in from, like, you know, from, I was coming from uni or from school, or, you know, parents were coming from work, and he would just instantly get up. It's like, it was the funniest thing because he would just sleep normally anytime that somebody, like, you know, we had this thing where it's like, you know, it's a block of flats where we were living, and we have a door to our apartment, and there was another outer door beyond that. So it's like you have two apartments, and there is a small, you know, corridor space, and there was another door between that. So whenever someone would enter our staircase, you know, it's just, you know, they're on the floor where we're at, he would instantly get up and rush to the door, because he knew that somebody would come in. They would bring in, you know, some food, probably, you know, I would come in, he would want to come in and sniff me and stuff, sniff mom, and it's kind of funny. He would know that somebody would come in who could give him food. It's like, so they learn really fast how to get that, and it's kind of impressive too, because he can hear somebody from so far away as well. When I first brought her into my house, she was such a poor baby. She hid under the bed and wouldn't come out all day. I care about her more than anyone in my family, to be honest. Yeah. The kitties, some kitties are like that. They're just very, very stressed.
That's impossible.
They're just very, very stressed, so you need to give them time in the new place.
You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And everyone here can attest to that. It was Vanishem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start with them? Isn't it more likely that Escaffier's lost her edge? Oh, or maybe her assistants let the team down.
Okay, I actually kind of have to pay attention to the quest.
We demand a rematch.
I was kind of expecting. Oh, she is a plant, no?
That's enough.
I was kind of half joking, but
As head
kind of
chef,
half
or
serious.
rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish
I want
served.
Moni right
Whatever
now
went
so I
wrong
can
and
get
however it
Navivi.
happened, I chose
I'll be
not to
real
blame
happy.
Savannah.
You know what my
I think
signature
she stooped
says?
this low just
What?
to beat me in a
Wait,
bake-off.
which signature? On Twitch or on
What happened to your
Genshin?
chef's pride?
Why do you need Navi so much? You are gonna get her in, like, this patch if you just keep on getting,
Scauffier,
my
no.
god. If you keep on playing, you will get her.
Promise me that you'll apologize to Firma
No?
and compensate him for everything you put him through.
If you just need a
It's a little
temple.
late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over and I won. That means you owe me the codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can
So
you
her
really
money
fool
does bring
yourself?
happiness, so make
What
me
I'm
happy.
offering is to accept defeat without making
Money
it
doesn't bring you happiness, but it sure makes your fucking life easier if you just have $1 million.
But
Imagine I didn't have to work. How much more value to the world would I bring by being a streamer, huh? I feel like it's such an obvious choice.
Will that be all?
I have Cheerio, she can do Navi Chiori team. Honestly, it's not bad. I like personally Navi Shilomam, although Shilomam does not directly buff her, but it is good for healing. Because I can do damage plus Furina, plus get Shilomam to heal, plus some damage amp. But yeah, it's not bad to have Chichirio with Navia too. Although it's not the best. Definitely.
Now, at long last, I will succeed.
70 some pity, I'll lose my mind. Relax! Chill! Chill! You'll get her! I met this weird guy on Genshin and he was disgusting. Bro, that's like 90% of Genshin, of, you know, entire Genshin player base. What the fuck would you expect? I don't have Furfur. But yeah, I mean, I'm describing the team that I use though, so for me, it works really well to have Furina and Shilomam on the team. But if you have Furfrau, then, you know, my Navia just kind of smashes so hard with that team. Because the thing is, the really cool thing is that Furfur gives raw damage buff. So it's like, on top of every other damage bonus that you get, you just get raw damage. And Navia is really good in a sense that she has all kinds of multipliers on her. She gets like attack percentage, geo percent bonus, crits, like from literally everything. And stacking an additional just raw damage output on top of it is actually insanely good. So yeah, that team is very stacked for me. He wanted something from me, he knew I was underage. Oh god. But still sounds like the majority of Genshin player base, huh? To me. You're using my nicknames for the characters? Honestly, it's kind of funny, so I like that. I wanted to call it Furfrau as well as like the Pokemon. But yeah, generally I call her Furry. Just for the lols. And I just like fucking up people's names for some reason in this game. I mean, in general, I find it funny. Not with people IRL though, but with people in game, it's kind of funny. IRL, you shouldn't do that ever. Like, don't fuck up people's names, unless they deliberately like it. If they like it deliberately and they tell you that they like it, then just you can do that. But don't fuck with people's names. Is like a very good thing, because people are not gonna like you for that. So this is why I find it funny to do it in game. Also, we're staring at thighs because I cannot be bothered to read. I'm just yapping way too much. Should I manipulate him or nay? I got the chats on his UID. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, if the guy is a PDF file and requesting shit from you, you can report them. And that's a real thing that you can do. But extorting him is kind of scummy as well. I would not do that. I actually like being called Ezzy. It's a little nickname. Oh, that's interesting. Although I admit that your nickname is very hard to go off of, to be honest. Yes, he is. So yeah, that just sounds like an average Genshin player. I don't know what you're wondering about.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in
It's
the kitchen.
silly, not little. I don't know why, but my brain automatically adds little to the word silly. It's like silly little goose or something, you know?
Why would she do that?
This is what my brain does. I don't know why, but it just happens.
Less of a chef than Escoffier.
And there it is.
Even so.
Bro is too focused on my chats, I be feeling special. This usually happens when I do somebody's story quests. This is actually genuinely what happens. If somebody enters the chat, I just literally lose the thread of the quest. That's it. Honestly, it's not a bad quest too. Like, this is hands down the most down-to-earth quest that I have seen in this game. In the past, like, few years. There's like no fuckery, it's just two people that are saying, hey, here's a cook-off.
Hey guys, my name is Dingleberry and I like berries, strawberries, blueberries and etc. I'm so cool.
Hello, Dingleberry. How are you doing? Bro, she's out. Interrogate the cake. Whose cake are we interrogating, though?
How is it? Have you figured out what it was?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure to taste test it before it was
That
served.
made me laugh, cake. My man, Riosley? Yes. Dude! I'm not gonna lie, I have not seen people thirsting over a character as much as Escapade right now. There are literally, like, the Genshin subreddits are literally spammed with all angles of her tits, her ass, and all kinds of things about her. I have not seen such amount of thirst about any character, I think, ever since I've been playing the game. Literally.
The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base. Which
So yeah, there is, if we're talking about cake, then yeah, girl got cake.
we have a traitor in our midst.
At least I can admit I can like Riosley's ass, I do. Fontaine's ass? America's ass? But yeah, my man got cake for sure. Man, I need to pull for Riosley eventually too. I've been having a problem. I've been over-pulling for characters. Like way too much. Way too much during Nutland. And I need to kind of stop, but I don't know when to stop.
I was the one who caused the food safety incident that one time.
I hit 500k with Mama Ika today. Ayo, that's a really cool crit. My Sutlali does 34k as a support. Holy. What constellation is she? And do you have her weapon? I'm actually kind of curious, because I never really noticed how much damage I get from my Sitlali. C0, R0. I mean, I guess it means R1 actually, because if you just have weapon then it is considered R1. And her cringe rate is 28. Oh. Wait, so 34k on a crit or a non-crit? As Coffee's cake? I heard it. The game drew me back in. Dude, I told you she was a plant.
The thought of Chef Escoffier finding out that I put her in jail, it made me freeze up with fear. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something
On a
even
crit.
worse.
Okay. I need to see. I don't even know how much my Sitlali does, to be honest. Oh, wait. Wait. I know what we can do
I won't spoil
today.
it, but that Monica is annoying in the end.
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence.
And I already knew that, but it's okay.
Secondly,
It's okay, you're not spoiling anything because I'm not paying attention to the quest anymore. I'm just gonna open the cat pic again and stare at the cat. And I feel like that would be more interesting than the quest. But yeah, honestly, this is a good quest. You know, usually I sit there and I clown on these quests because the writing is kinda shitty at times. But this one is genuinely not bad. It's genuinely, it's down to earth. You know what I mean? It's very down to earth. I like the part where they were talking about like the codex. Because it was like, hey, I just took it, I didn't understand shit about fuck, I rewrote some of the recipes, and we kept the recipe because it was cool advertisement. And I was like, hey, that actually is so down to earth! This seems like a genuine thing that would happen IRL so easily. So for me it was like, hey, it's kind of refreshing to see a quest which actually just makes sense. I was so desperate for primos I started doing quests. Ooh, quests! Ew. Honestly, you might have a good chance by doing the compass. Like if you craft the compass and just go out on a whim to search for chests, then you might actually find quite a bit now. Because I know that they buffed the treasure compass like a lot lately. And I'm actually looking to use that because I have like a couple of areas where I have rather low amount of percentage. By rather low I mean not 100 actually. And I need to basically finish off those areas and get a couple of chests from there. I got Geo Compass. Oh yo, not bad. And Genshin added more emotions. Don't you think I just noticed when they talk, they show more emotion? Yeah, they started doing that with Nutland as well. Actually, I mean, they gradually keep adding more and more animations, as well as like facial expressions too.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Never really gave
I thought they're just... Dude, there are these fucking bots. Fuck these bots, man. Anyway, yeah, I kinda like what they're doing. I think the problem is that in order to make all of these systems like really, really, really good, it's kind of hard for them to do that because they are basically dealing with like a code base and technology, which is,
Can we put
like,
the quest away and explore cuz why not?
Can we put the quest away and explore cuz why not? Why not? Can we? Yes, we can. Fuck the quest. But no. I have to finish the quest. There is a limited time reward on that. Dude, you know what I like? Wait. Here's the thing that I like. This is so subtle, and this has started periodically happening since Sumero. If you look right now, you look at Monica, and she's very sharp. And if you look in the background and at Escapade and everybody else, it's very blurred. You see that? What you're doing? That's suspicious. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to... My monitor is like over there, so I guess my brain is trying to point to something on the monitor, but you cannot see it actually. You cannot understand what I'm pointing at. So yeah, anyway, this is what I mean. I really like this little shader that they do where you can highlight a character who is really sharp on screen and everything else around it is very blurry. Like, I really love the small cinematic stuff that they have been gradually adding over time.
No, your green screen keeps moving up and down.
My green screen? I don't have a green screen, so it's probably just a little bit of capture thing that is fucking up. I don't have enough room for a green screen, honestly. But to be honest, the camera filter does a pretty good job, so I don't really care about having a green screen now. Yeah, it might be a little bit fucky, like trying to filter my hands out and such things, but It does a pretty good job in general. It's just a camera filter, actually.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover that
So yeah,
don't exist at all.
what was I yapping about? Ah, yeah. I have a game, a drinking game, where it's like whenever there is an eye shader, there's like an opening closing eye shader, they throw like 5 of those every patch. I swear to God. I just drink water or something, or whatever I have nearby to me. Speaking of water, I have to drink a little bit. But you can also join the drinking game. It's like immediately apparent. They introduced it also sometime in Sumeru. And they've been using it in literally every patch ever since. I swear to fucking God, I think there has been like only 1 or 2 quests that do not use the fucking eye shader, dude. Did you pull for his coffer? I did actually. It's a pretty stacked banner for me. Because I don't have... I mean, I had almost no constellations on the 4 stars. FIFA is new as well, and Escapade is really good for cryo. So I had to pull her because I also want to get Skirk. Because otherwise Skirk is gonna be not very good. I think, allegedly, because who knows how she would turn out, huh, at this point, right? Wink wink. Let's do a challenge, and you pull, because I like watching people gamble. I am literally out of wishes. I am actually unironically out of wishing. I might have like 1 or 2 wishes or something. I gambled on an early stream today, and I got C1 Escuffer. Let me see. Do it. Oh, I can tempt you really hard, actually. I know how to tempt you really fucking hard.
Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it.
I missed gambling. Unfortunately, yes. Yes, you did. But next Gamba is gonna be next patch. I'm also considering using the power of the wallet to pull for more 4 stars, but that is an idea that always goes tits up, basically. So I kinda don't want to do that. Do it right now. Maybe I'm the problem. Now she's figured it out. You'll get Navia. I don't need more Navia constellations. Although, it's not that I would say that those are bad, those are actually really good, but I don't need them. I don't need Navia cons to clear content, although getting C2 on her would be busted as fuck. Wallet? Yes. Wallet. Actual wallet gaming. Share me some. Unfortunately, I only have 1 wallet. It's kinda hard to share across the internet. Bro, how are her teeth not falling off? There's coffee.
Share me some RN, let's do 30/70ths.
What do you mean 30/70? Let's do 0/0.
Every year they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always one goose at the front whose job is to lead the flock. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and genius. They usually imagine someone who's a cut above the rest, a model of perfection. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock and allows another goose to take its place.
Oh, those silly little geese.
The truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that
2080, that's my lowest. 80 is your side. I don't even know how that would work. I have no idea how that would even work.
I don't buy into this this notion that there's some sort of gulf between normal and genius. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients,
Let her
same
cook.
recipe, and same environment, I see no reason why two different people shouldn't be able to create the exact same dish. Of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more conscientious. But these are all variables that can
And
be
that
accounted for
thing
with time and practice.
is taking a lot of
I'd
time.
have no reason to expect so much.
Let's take like $100 dollar. You get $90, I get 10.
The only reason I hold
Okay, whose dollars are we taking though?
well, I believe they're capable of greatness.
Whose dollars are we taking now, huh?
Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the bottom of why Savannah failed.
She's made up my mind.
I'll give her the skull.
Wait, this quest is not over?
Pointing out all the mistakes she's made along the way. Then she'll finally see the error of her ways.
Yours? But where am I gonna get my $100? Yeah, you see, I have 243 primos. I literally have one wish left. I mean, there is Federal Reserve, but Federal Reserve is for Skirk. Also, there is this, which I haven't pulled for 4 years. Dude, I need to do like a 5-year anniversary of this and actually pull on the fucking banner. Do it, gamble? I've already gambled today. No.
Thank you for your words of encouragement.
Stay
I'm
strong.
gonna head to the Hotel de Boer and spend the
Breathe
night.
in, breathe out.
I'll see you
You
tomorrow.
don't need to gamble.
Genius? Calling someone
No
a
need to
genius is
gamble.
just another way of saying
Okay?
I'm too lazy to figure
It's
out how to
fine.
improve. It's a defeatist attitude and I won't stand
Well, I
for it.
missed out on it. There is a VOD, which you can see, with a live retarded boy reaction. I mean, almost live, but all considering. Let's see. Is this gonna count as the same day? It should, right? No. I swear to God, the guy who designs these quests or quest objectives to just wait a day needs to be put in a saw trap. Like, literally, put him in a saw trap where he has to wait until the next 2 days. Because why the fuck do you do any of that? I want live right now. My friend, though. I'm afraid the gamba isn't happening. Not until Skirk. Not until Skirk no more.
Why? What happened? Oh no.
I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, best case scenario, I can actually gamba and get a 4-star. God damn, there's so much cake in this room.
Coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all?
Girl!
Alright.
Dude, it's so loud. I need to nerf it. Oh my god, it is so loud actually. It's way too loud in my earphone. My god. Dude, to buy some coffee. Whose coffee am I buying? Submit a dish containing coffee beans optional. Wait, I kinda wanna do the optional thing, huh? Wait. Bro, give me coffee.
Hello, what can I get for you?
I need a coffee stat.
Huh? Oh, I see.
And then standard pulls, do a 10 right now to make it 700. Standard is not happening as well. It just wouldn't be the same. You know what I mean? I haven't pulled for 4 years. If I don't hold it for 1 more year, then it's just meaningless. Oh, let's go. Wait, shit. It's kind of annoying. Dude, honestly, this is way too good to pass up. I need to calm down. Breathe in. Hold it in. Breathe out. Oh. I'm holding your ears hostage. What is wrong with my ears? They seem to be alright. At least to me. Ah. What if I just destroy my chatbot though? Literally scuffed. Alright, fine. Literally scuffed. Ah. Alright. Cake for you.
Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balanced perfectly with rich, creamy steam milk. Wonderful.
Rich, creamy steam milk. Yes, baby. That's what I am.
Better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Dude, I really need to rebalance, because that is way too loud. I balanced it out a long time ago in the chatbot, and I was like, okay, you know, that works kind of fine, but I don't know why. Popping it up right now has, I don't know, it was like something like a Windows update or something. That's kind of screwed me over.
Honestly, it's ridiculous.
Oh,
I don't know
goodness. I'm kind of sleepy already.
What investigation? What are you guys talking about?
Okay. I actually need a second.
It's so
I need a second to reply to some messages.
So much drama. Yes, except my failures were stepping stones to success.
Escapade, have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yesterday. Why? What's wrong?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. So, I dropped by her place early this morning to check on her. Only to find an empty house with the doors wide open. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the Hotel de Bord. I'm worried something bad might have happened. If she's not here, then where could she be?
Boss, Escapade, bad news.
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this stuff in her house.
Oh, looks like a map with a bunch of random places circled.
Okay, we're back.
What does it mean?
I'm waiting for commissions right now. I mean, you're gonna need to wait for a while until they're available now.
From the Codex. They're all places that Modest explored on his
I mean, I don't know, if you need like Primogem stat, your best ways to get them are exploration, achievements. Compasses are buffed, so you might actually find a few chests that you're missing, even if you are at 100% exploration.
Yeah, but
I just took a picture of my cat. You cannot torture a person like that. Just like that, and not show it.
Then, this place marked in red out at sea. Could that be the fabled birthplace of
Did be the fabled birthplace.
So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escapade that way? Geez, Savannah. Anything to overcome a...
He looks so sad. But why though?
Idiot! Does she have a death wish? Those ruins are thousands of years old.
Well, she's such a nice looking kitty.
Besides the map,
the void stares at you and you stare back at it.
It was you. You let the Lumaline through, didn't you? It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the
Cat
safety
picture? Oh my god.
Monica after all?
Aw, she looks so sad indeed.
By any means necessary. So
Are her eyes always so wide? Or is she just worried about being taken pictures of?
True recipe to herself.
I don't know, it's kind of like just the right eye kind of looks sad a little bit. The left side seems like a normal cat, the right side somehow seems... Also, she's so fluffy. So fluffy too, wow. When she sees me, her pupils go big. She's afraid, kind of, for some reason. But honestly, it looks like a very nice kitty. She might just be one of those kitties where it's like... She's very suspicious and cautious of everybody. Don't think about stealing my cat. Too late! We were about to tell you that your cat is actually no longer your cat.
That Escapade was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
She just hid in the shoe thing. How does she manage to... How does she actually manage to get into a shoe at this point? Really takes the cake, huh? Huh? Get it? Cake? Dude, I kinda forgot that there was underwater in this game. For a while. Alright. Escapade. I can put her on a really retardedly good party. Actually, none of these parties are kinda good with her, but I don't care. Oh, also, she has a unique charged attack. I never actually bothered to see that. What is this place and why don't we have dinners over here? Dude, I love the design of this place. They just had to show this off, huh? Had they? Now I fucking love this place even more. She threw the shoes out. Wait, what? What a smart kitty, huh?
Whoa, this place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly the idea of an adventure chef...
I mean, as long as she doesn't piss in the shoes, she's a good kitty in my book.
Mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remoria. So yeah, definitely the kind of place that would have served food and drinks.
Oh. No, she won't. She trained. Oh, what? I was actually kind of always curious, because I know you can train cats, but it is like not a very easy task to do. I mean, first of all, it seems like cats have like some kind of personality assigned to them at birth, because some of them are like naturally curious or naturally stupid or naturally cautious, and some are like naturally calm, others are like very playful and stuff. Some are very affectionate, some are not. And it seems like undoing that is really hard. So you have to also train them. Like, you have to find ones who are actually susceptible to training. In the same exact sense, is that sometimes you just don't get one. She's pure British short hair. Oh, I'm not really good at pedigrees and stuff, so I actually have no idea what that means in the grand scheme of things. But she's a very pretty kitty. And she's also quite fluffy, but it looks like her hair is a little bit like, how do I put it? is a little bit rougher than an average cat. Because normally they would be like very soft, but her hair looks a little bit less soft, I would say. Look at this. Oh my god, more cat pics. That's not a cat pic. But holy, that's pretty good. You got one roll into flat attack, but otherwise it's a really good gobbo.
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
No more cat pics for you? Why is life such a torture? Life is unfair. Have I ever told you that?
Yes.
It wasn't flat attack, it was EM? Wait, am I stupid? No, you have 23, you have plus 23 into EM and plus 35 into flat attack. So that is plus 1 roll into flat attack, no? 23 EM is like the default maximum. You can get 23. I can prove it. No, you can't.
There's no time for that. Romaritime flowers and Lumitoile will have to do. They may not.
I think your picture literally says that EM on that one you have 100%. So this is one roll, which is 100%. Attack plus 35 says 180%. So it means that you got 100% roll and an 80% roll. Crit rate is 230, which means that you got a really low roll in there somewhere twice. I can't prove it? What do you mean? I'm literally staring at your artifact. God damn, bro. We have to do this cooking thing again. Yeah. Okay, what do we have? We need to move 4 of these. Can I actually do that? 5, 8, 10, 5, 8. Yes, I can. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Wait, I'm stupid, but it worked out in my favor still. I'm stupid but lucky.
Or not, are we sure this stuff is edible?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably just scare them off again, and who knows how long they'll be gone.
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. What was it that Modeste said again? Something about the food flowing away on the current.
Oh, what? We solving puzzles now? Hello? Food delivery! Can I step on my food? I can.
Hey, be careful! Scare them off too much and they might not come back again. Wow.
Get it on Genshin? Cause yum yum. Tammy go yummy. I rub my chest because I cannot reach my tummy in a way that it would be visible on camera. Possibly. Probably the other thing was not visible too. Okay, so we need like 6 frutos.
The tracks turned back again. So annoying.
I'm just gonna get all 3, right? What can we get? 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 2. Okay, we can get a 6. We can get this, and this, and this. Easy clap. Literally Literally mathing. Hello, cat. You're actually the second cat on stream today. The first one is a good girl too. How are you doing? Why did that thing rotate back? Because they literally could not design the puzzle. The aqua rail seems to be disconnected, just like me. Wait, what? I can ride on the food? I don't know why that made my day, but it kinda did. That's actually so fucking funny for some reason.
Hey, it's open!
But you've never tried riding your food. That is so stupid, actually. I could not replicate that if I had tried.
Cactus.
Oh, yo, welcome to the Cactus Cult, by the way. If you happen to know of any palm trees, make sure to report them to your local militia. Dude, I need to play a couple games, okay? I wanna do so many things. I wanna play stuff like Papers, Please. Fuck, I need to just do a man thing and dedicate an entire stream to playing Papers, Please. Fucking hell.
Hey, give me your water.
That would be so good.
Here.
There's also been an update to the horror version of it, which is like called That's Not My Neighbor. Which I also might do at some point. But holy fuck, I have like so many games that I want to play. It's so bad.
All those years slaving away under Escapade, and then you. Today, it's finally paying off. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my little lapdog.
Jeez.
Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know where to lay the explosives.
How is she suddenly in command? She doesn't even have the chef's head anymore. Or head anymore.
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known what you were planning...
I slept like 2 hours, I'm so tired. Oh, that fucking sucks.
Admit it, you've always been jealous of Escapade.
I had a night like that on
You were terrified of her finding out
Thursday, Wednesday to Thursday, where I had like the same thing. I had like, I was very fucking out of it. Ah, my goodness. It feels so good on the weekend though. Like Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. Literally sleep in. Feels so good. You should also just sleep in early unless you just have trouble falling asleep. At which point it kinda does suck. Like if you just cannot fall asleep, it's the worst. And I feel for you. 10 minutes? Are we measuring our sleep schedules or what? I slept for like 9 hours today. So that's something.
If you can't beat him, betray him, right?
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever be.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself if you're vindictive?
I meant 10 minutes till my commissions reset. Oh!
Never kept any secrets from you?
Wait, Asia server?
You didn't show any remorse.
Asia server though. Not bad.
Start now. You have no right to redemption.
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness.
I don't deserve her.
I'm done being bullied.
I don't deserve her too.
Ooh, feisty. But you should watch your tone. Talking to me like that could get you in big trouble.
I'm on Asia's server, remember. Man, I'm really bad at remembering things sometimes, especially who is on what server. The thing is, though, there's one thing that I'm really good at remembering. And that is people's names. Because it's like, if I forget a person's name, I feel so bad about it that the second time I always remember it forever, basically.
You'll die here with me, Monica. You.
You. Oh, she's doing the anime transformation into an evil thing. Slap her.
Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit just to amuse myself. You gave a very rousing performance.
Haven't done my dailies today, good reminder. Oh, dailies. How far have you managed to progress on the alt account, by the way?
No.
Last time it was like 40-ish, I think, that I remember.
Half-baked plot would fool me.
Another week could be up to 45, methinks, or something. Actually, probably not 45.
Waste of space. No wonder you never amounted to anything.
43, oh damn. Quite high still.
And now
It's like it's beyond 45 that it starts getting a pain. Just like real life, once you turn 45, your life just becomes very hard. I feel like that AR thing is kind of an allegory of life, right? It's like at first everything feels so fast and so good, and you just keep getting all the fond memories and rewards. Then you start turning 30, and it kind of becomes like a little worse off, but you still unlock a few interesting things. Then you turn 40 and 45, and then it just drags on, and there is like nothing else interesting. And then it just keeps on going between like 55 and 60 forever. And then after 60, it's a good thing if you just keep on playing still. Kind of a good metaphor.
You're about to commit murder, and for what? A recipe?
Also, the girl took knifing for real. She actually studied the blade. Actually invoking her London experience.
a recipe. You chefs are all blinded by your myopic focus on kitchen affairs. Well, some of us actually have bigger fish to fry.
Dude, these metaphors.
Secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his Gâteau de Bourg, and it's right here in these ruins.
Are you serious? You're here because of a
Dude, they should have just had a pillow fight like I had suggested. Then the winner would have been so clear.
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. No.
She couldn't care about the cake? No.
That Modeste sourced from these ruins. He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palms of their hands, and they thought, ooh, this would go great in our cake mix.
To our cake mix. Dude, look at how weird her shoulder is positioned. It's like we kind of talked about before, like that they keep adding more animation, but this one feels like a little awkward. It looks like they slapped this movement because what you can do in Unity is you can override animations, right? So what she can do is that this is probably like an idle animation where she stands and like puts her hand up and down a little bit. And what they probably did is that they redirected the joint a little bit, because you can do that. You can just change the spacing of the joint to move it up. They just put a knife in her hand as well. A little bit.
We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's no cooking ingredient. It's a groundbreaking drug. That's right, I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could make a killing by selling it to the treasure hoarders or the Fatui.
Will you listen to yourself? You're completely delusional.
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure. You'll see what a fool you've been.
And how exactly do you plan to do that? Okay, fine. If you're going to collapse the whole thing, then...
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh. Savannah's gone too.
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken her hostage because she knows that she's no match for you.
Monica dies. Spoilers! I'm literally gonna throw my controller at the screen right now. God damn it. You didn't have to do that.
Well, our path's been
Not gonna lie, I didn't anticipate this turn of events. But at the same time, I didn't care about anticipating that turn of events. Yes, this bitch die? Yeah. Look for a way forward nearby. Ooh. Why can I not sit? Unplayable, I want a refund. Fine. Where's my cook? Wait. Okay, I guess I cannot. It's actually kind of interesting. It seems to be using your cooldown. I mean, either they disabled it, or it's using the same cooldown as you actually get on your character. How does a man proceed forward?
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere.
Oh. That's what I was supposed to do all along? Okay, fine, you win. Oh, censorship? Oh, jellyfish. Literally unplayable. Censorship. You have to press down E. It's okay. Easy clap. Let's try. Did I even need to do that? It would be so funny if they actually tried to talk while being underwater as well. It would be like... Imagine you just open a treasure and your character goes...
They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, nice skills 101.
Dude! My Sit Mama actually dealt like 35k too. Not bad. Beanies, the Venture team. Assembler. They were also Warriors. Dude, Remoria music is actually so good. What is going on with my controller? It's disconnecting for like 1 millisecond. A lot. No!
Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests.
Can you stop making me play this fucking minigame? I'm tired, boss. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. Okay, 665. Let's see what we can do with that. 6, 4. Wait, I'm stupid.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad.
No, how dare you? Wait, I need... Is it 3 fruits that... Yeah, it is 3 fruits that I need. There you go. I'm tired, boss. Can we just YOLO this thing? Wait, let's try. Let's try that again. Can I actually write this dish? Oh, fuck. Fuck! No! No! Dude, you see? I cannot repeat it if I tried. It's so bad.
It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers.
It is like awooga. Okay, guess I just have to do that. Okay, wait, we actually need to do this. 4, 2, 5, 3. See if we can cook with that. 5, 7, 5, no, 6, 5, 5. I don't think I can do that. If I add 6 more, 5, yeah, I just need more. That sucks. Go do this. Okay, I have 5 and 6. Wait, that should be good. Easy clap. Maths! 5 plus 6 equals 1. 1. Actually, 5 minus 6 equals minus 1. Quick maths. Okay. They literally had to reset this one. And have you really had to reset this one? It's almost like you had nothing of your puzzles. Can you actually carry? Wait, you can actually just do that. It's gonna carry you. XD. Ah. Oh, that's rude. To the freezer. I could not stand on it. Doing a one pull right now? My fingers are crossed for you. Navi is coming home. Dude, it's actually kind of hard to play on a controller when your fingers are crossed. Just Auroran? Auroran Borealis! At this time of day, at this time of year, localized entirely within your pool. Auroran Borealis. Actual Auroran Borealis, though.
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
73 pity. You're so close. But you'll get it. Not today, but you'll get it. It's gonna be okay.
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe
I'm actually sad now. Don't be sad because it happened. Be sad because it's over. And you're not gonna get Navia XD. No, you will. Pinky promise.
Oh, you really think so?
Trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff. Just like you're,
Can we actually finish with this quest though?
experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a pro rummager from all those treasure chests. Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills.
Huh? No
Can
kidding.
Paimon be just about to shut the fuck up forever?
I mean,
Wouldn't
I
that be
guess I take a
nice?
lot of notes when I'm cooking as well, but I thought that was just me.
Anyway, let's
Yeah, this quest has kind of overstayed its welcome. I feel like it should have been over like half an hour ago. Why do I care? I don't care anymore about it. Please, it should have ended at the cook-off. Should have ended at the cook-off. Come on.
That's what we used to call it. Modeste was right about its potential. It turned Gâteau de Bourg into a national sensation. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. But this only drove up the popularity all the more. Modeste was right about that too. He predicted all of it. He was praised as a genius, while I, as the one person who'd ever
Bro
disagreed,
literally learned
was
marketing
unable
in
to tell
university for one semester. He
Modest
knew.
tried his best to console me,
Actual fucking
but I knew
genius.
better than anyone just how great the gulf was between us. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. Why invite further disdain by inserting myself where I did not belong? I told myself that maybe one day, when I finally created a masterpiece of my own, I'd be able to face him without shame. Or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him with a smile on my face, how about we go on one more adventure, for old time's sake? Unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it, he came back after Modeste had already died.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be the place where they found their secret ingredient, the birthplace of Gateau de Bourg.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli really did have something to do with it.
Let's keep reading. Why is that my only option? Why can I not read it?
Gateau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this, even though everyone swore they couldn't tell. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all sales of the product, locked himself away in the kitchen, and worked day and night, vowing to find out where he had gone wrong. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found he only strayed further and further from the original taste. It was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. What had changed was not the gâteau, but his sense of taste. The
God damn, bro.
stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the short term, it offers people the ultimate gourmet experience, but in the long term, it dulls their senses entirely.
So they just actually discovered cocaine, huh? Apparently.
In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would a culture that sought liberation from the constraints of their bodies care for the loss of their senses? But we realized it too late. We were just too late. Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. He consumed it all himself. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. Finally, in despair, he took his own life. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him, to offer some words of comfort, or even to say goodbye. Yet despite everything, he sent me his final letter.
My thighs is increasingly in pain and therefore I need sleep, but I wanted to say hi. Hello and welcome. I feel bad.
So Modeste chose to end
Kind
his own
of.
life. Then
You don't need to force yourself to say hi, but I appreciate it, man. I hope you have a good one and I hope it gets better for you.
make any mention of the treasure of Memoria.
I'ma go cry. Guys, why are we doing the depressed stream all of a sudden? It's like we wanna cry, we wanna hurt, we don't sleep. Feel like I'm doing a convention for sad people for some reason. Come on, we can do better than that.
The dangers of Gateau de Bourg, proving that I had been right all along. But if the public ever learned how
Because I'm so close to pity and go pet your kitty!
fall from grace would be swift and merciless. 1 minute
And you will feel better, I promise.
a joke. It would surely spell the end for
Although I feel alive when I don't have pain, it feels weird.
How would future generations view everything we built together?
Why does your thigh hurt so often, though? Genuine question.
I cannot let that come to pass. I will do what I must to protect his name.
Cat is scientifically proven to be like a therapist. Indeed, they calm your nerves very much. It's like if the cat sits on you or sleeps on you. I mean, sometimes cats feel that you're distressed. And they come in to just hang out with you.
Then so be it.
I mean, it depends on the cat, right? There are some asshole cats, they just don't care.
Of genius and jealousy, then see his reputation intact.
I have issues with my muscles and joints. I'm not sure why my thighs and knees mostly hurt a lot. Oof. That kind of sucks. I truly can't tell you why, I just kind of have issues. I thought I was walking a lot. I mean, if you regularly walk a lot, then it should get better over time. Just because, I mean, okay, a lot is a very broad term, right? If you train a lot, then you will get cramps and you will get pain when you start training, but after like 2 months, it is gonna go away, all of that. But if it is a constant thing, I mean, if you overexert yourself, then things will hurt for sure. But if you don't overexert yourself, then it's kind of weird. It would be good to see a professional about it, for sure.
Huh? What's wrong?
Guaranteed is the muscles and joints. Oh man, it would be hard to look at. But there are generally all kinds of things that happen to people. I actually knew a girl in my apartment building who actually has like juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, which is like GRA, which is a pretty shitty condition where your joints just start hurting randomly, and it happens to people in their teens. So there's always that possibility, or you know, something like this. Maybe I'm hedging exercise, you don't want to use that word, okay, my guy? It's kind of been ruined.
The treasure of Remoria. I have
And just the muscle pain because I barely exercise enough to not get the proper... Okay. My mom and grandma has issues with weather specifically. That's kind of odd. Also, did she give her the London experience?
But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the codex, and with it the last piece of the puzzle, I may never have found this place. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's
Cold wind or air makes muscles and joints hurt. Well, that's actually kind of interesting. And therefore I'm most likely to have it too. Generally, if it's something autoimmune, and women are like generally more susceptible to rheumatoid disease in general. But yeah, if you already have the stuff in your family, there is still a higher chance that you would be able to get it. But it is higher in terms of, you know, passing over from girls to girls. And women in general suffer from autoimmune disease more than men, for some reason.
All my painstaking planning. All that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you realize.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
XD. Oh dude, that voice actor also had a lot of fun. Spoiled!
She's a nutcase, a liability to herself and everyone else. Well, now it's up to us to clean up the
But I can fix her though. Alright, you know what? Rest from the sky, guys. Rest from the sky. Since the head incident, I haven't had a bigger headache since, which is kind of wild. It is kind of weird, actually. It's like, imagine hitting the head fixes the headache. It's like, have you tried turning it off and back on again? Are we gonna get the other girl who's alive?
Oh, no, you don't. If I can't get what I
Bro, what
want,
the fuck?
will any of you? I've got nothing
And for her neutral special, she wields a gun.
I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment.
I'm gonna go sleep now. I wish you a good night, my guy. Hope you have a good one.
You're a psycho.
You figured it out just now? Oh, she gave her the London experience, huh?
Savannah? Oh, when did you wake up?
She's way too much like the Monica from the one Psycho game. No idea which one it is. Doki Doki? Ah, okay. I mean, I know that one, but I don't know the girls. I actually haven't played it. Maybe it is a reference. They've actually been doing a lot of references. They've actually been doing a lot of references to various kinds of things lately. And I feel like some of the, what's it called? Some of the dialogue is actually just memes hidden inside of it. Or maybe it's just my brain being addicted to internet. But I don't know, it seems to me. I love Doki Doki Literature Club. Man, I need to play it at some point. It came out at a time when I just couldn't play it. And I mean, I already kind of know the main twists, is that it's basically just a bunch of waifus doing really fucked up shit, so it's kind of less of a mind blower to me already, because I kind of already know what to expect from it. But I still heard that it's a, you know, decent experience as a one-off thing. I was scared having a hanged person in every room I went into for a year after. Oh yeah.
And I certainly don't deserve to be your head chef.
But honestly, it's such a good concept, to be honest. I feel like, you know, after Doki Doki, it kind of feels like horror games became a lot more mainstream and started bleeding into other genres. Cause like Doki Doki was like a, you know, it's a novel sim or whatever it's called. And, you know, nobody has kind of tried to horror it up, right, before that. So it was kind of a thing where it's like, hey, what if we attach horror to our visual novel game? And then after that, I feel like the floodgates kind of opened for a lot of horror games. Because, you know, let's say that there is this Papers, Please, and everybody was like, what if we horror that shit up? And there's a game called That's Not My Neighbor, which I actually played on stream at one point. Which is like the horror version of that. And there are lots of those games where it's like, you know, there's like some original genre, and there is a horror version of that now. There's like horror Pokemon as well, horror, you know, basically anything that you can think of. And it kind of feels like Doki Doki kind of started this trend, where it's like, oh shit, what if we take an existing interesting concept or an existing interesting genre and just turn it into a horror game, like that people are not going to expect. It's a really good concept, removing files to make the story different and shit. It's kind of interesting indeed. Like, I don't know the extent to which the game checks, you know, the files, but it's potentially interesting to, you know, imagine that you have a game which can detect if a player has tampered with any of the files. And like, tampered in what way exactly? And imagine that your story depends on that file. And it's like you can alter the story by you know, changing some stuff in the files. So yeah, anyway, that would be like actually a very interesting concept for like a game jam or something. That's Not My Neighbor is good. There's like a new patch that they have done, I think. When you live in a house and there can be mimics, and basically you gotta find out if they're mimic or not, yet you want people in your house to keep a monster away. So you have to take in people. Isn't this...
But after the threat letter came to light, it got
There can be mimics, and basically you gotta find out if they're mimic or not, yet you want people in your house to keep a monster away. Okay, I don't know what this one is. I remember there was another one, which is like kind of a horror. It was kind of an interesting concept, but there was like a big house. And there were like all kinds of residents, and you had to like spy on them a little bit. As like a landlord, you could let them in, but you also wanted to spy on them. And then there would be like, you know, governments ordering you to tell, you know, to find out like some spy or whatnot. And yeah, it was like an interesting concept, but I forgot what the game is called. I should find it at some point, because it might be an interesting thing for a playthrough.
with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small.
I will try to find it for you because it's really good. Okay.
I should recover in no time.
Art style is nice. Dude, there's so many like niche games which have like interesting concepts and they're not as long. But the problem that I have is that if I watch somebody play it, it's not fun for me anymore. It's like if there is a universal consensus that, hey, game X is really good and I don't get spoiled by it, then I would really be up to trying a lot of them. But it's like the problem is...
Will you play a song RN3?
Will you play a song right now? Will I?
That stuff can only amplify what's already
Will I though?
So tasty food will seem
I
like
play you the song of my people.
while food you don't particularly care for will become utterly revolting.
Dude.
So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize to every single person you've wronged.
He's like,
I will.
You will?
Sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Why is it that no matter what I do, my Gâteau de Bourg never tastes the same as yours? Is it just...
Because it sucks?
You're a genius and I'm not?
He's like, skill issue?
Play why did I say okie dokie, cuz why not, since we talked about Doki Doki Literature Club.
Man, I wouldn't be able to get it on my list in a long time to play. And I already know the main twists. It's not as fun for me anymore. You know what I mean?
Once I got around to checking all the equipment,
I need to finish Genshin content. On top of Genshin content, I have Baldur's Gate 3. I still have Monster Hunter, which is...
it's pretty obvious that Monica must
Hey,
have
what?
tampered with them. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off.
Will you play a song right now? What song? I don't know the doc. I don't know any songs from Doki Doki. If this is what you mean.
I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong, and then you pinpoint the problem in just one night? It all comes
What song?
to one
My brain is turning off already.
You're a genius.
I not comprehend. No comprende,
It's
no
fan-made, but
comprende.
it's called Why Did I Say Okie Dokie?
Oh. Okay, wait. I will check it out, but I probably am not gonna play people's songs on stream now.
Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg?
I don't think I'm gonna be playing songs on stream though. Sad to tell you that.
Back to front and upside down.
There are games that mimics your voice too and then uses it to scare the shit out of you. Oh. Oh.
And declare you'll never be successful because you're not a genius.
Honestly, I feel like horror genre is generally the most creative genre that you can think of. Because it's like, if you really want to scare a person, there are so many ways that you can come up with in order to make it really scary. So it like enforces such amounts of creativity potentially from you. It's like you can remove people's senses. You can just jump shit at them. You can, you know, never show them the enemy, but like have something going on in the surrounding so that the atmosphere alone scares them. And it's like really unnerving and everything. There are like so many ways that you can do horror. And it's actually kind of interesting. It forces a lot of creativity. My big problem as well is that I have very poor tolerance for horror. Like, genuinely. My brain is like getting scared so easily and takes a lot of time to get back to normal functioning. So it's kind of a problem for me to try and play horror games, although in the past few years I have been watching more horror games and more horror playthroughs and stuff. And I want to say that my tolerance to horror has improved. Although it's still kind of a thing. I was thinking for a while to actually like do horror games as an incentive. Which is kind of, it would be retarded for me, but like, hey. At least if I were to, you know, create incentives for viewers or something, it would at least be interesting to watch me suffer for them.
Good. So now that's out of the way.
You should play Subnautica. Oh man. I actually would unironically be interested in doing that at some point. Although Subnautica I know is not super scary. But I would be interested in doing that at some point. I just don't know when that point is, because I have a lot of games to burn through, still.
Savannah's only just got her mojo back.
Cause there is Genshin, Baldur's Gate, Monster Hunter, another Monster Hunter, 2 Xenoblade games, and Silksong coming up this year that I want to get through at some point. And I also kind of want to do a playthrough of Cyberpunk in Polish at some point to learn the language. It can be if you're not scared of deep waters or huge things. Me, not so much. Apple goes chop chop. I mean, we'll see. I think to me, the most effective type of horror is psychological horror. Like, it's not necessarily... Damn, that cake, though. It's not necessarily a horror where it's like a big scary monster or a big scary thing that you can't really see. For me, the psychological horror is usually like the most problematic, I would say. Show them your cake, girl!
Unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail,
Show them your cake, girl!
success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
Do it! You saw a new horror game. Nope. Pokemon's but Star Rail. Dude, it's just way too much gacha. I'm honestly just not even interested in anything other than Genshin. If it is gacha, there's one gacha in my life that's more than enough for me. I'm an how do I even say that? Monogatous. I'm a very monogatous kind of guy. You know, there's only enough time in my life for one gacha.
Where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions for me after everything that's happened?
I like those games because I enjoy building characters. Same thing for me But there is a thing which is too much. Oh, also there is another game that I kind of want to check out. There is this like Expedition 33 thing. It's like a new game on the block, which is a turn-based RPG, which is apparently really fucking good. I heard like basically everybody universally praising that. So I also want to do that at some point because I'm also really interested. I really like to experiment with turn-based combat, and I want to see what they do in there. Because I heard it has like a lot of layers, maybe too many layers of complexity, but I like in general turn-based combat, and I want to build something that would be a turn-based combat game, which would be really interesting. So I kind of want to study what other people do in order to try and make it fun. I also might unironically do something like this, which is study like a bunch of these games, which is some of the more recent Square Enix ones. I mean, I say recent, but they're not all very recent. But like games like Bravely Default and Triangle Strategy and Octopath, they do some interesting things with turn-based combat, so I might want to study that. Although, having said that, I have a pretty good idea of what I think peak turn-based combat looks like.
I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
I didn't look into it too much. Yeah, it's kind of new, and honestly, I don't want to spoil myself too much as well. So I haven't really looked at it beyond, seeing a little bit of footage and, a little bit of a review about it. Like a very general review describing it in very broad strokes. So I just don't want to spoil myself too much, and I want to see what it is. How much does it cost actually? Let's take a look. Expedition 33. Oh my goodness.
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of
$50.
and figuring out the
Oof.
exact constellation
Okay, I might pick it up on sale if it goes on sale this year.
And the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen.
I thought I was going bad like 40 minutes ago. You should. Don't feel obliged to stay on the stream. It's better if you get enough sleep, man. Nice talking to you. Indeed, too. I hope you have a good one, man.
Before I put anything into my food, I'll obviously do my research.
Take care and sleep very carefully, one eye open.
In the meantime,
don't do that! Don't do that to me. That ain't the bro code, bro. Right, fine. But like half an eye.
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanisheth that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable level.
Paimon's still a little
Oh, it won't be me. Glad to hear that. If that's the only thing you can guarantee, then I'm fine with that.
all the mystery surrounding the original Gâteau de Bourg. She practically dedicated her life
Sleeping or soon at least. Yeah, you can just go to sleep. I'll be wrapping up very soon anyway.
And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Since you mentioned
We have like one more thing that I need to do.
I think I may have figured out the truth. The so-called treasure of Remoria was
Could most likely flick me to oblivion.
Us as Lumiline.
I'm not that big or strong. Nor scary. Not with that attitude.
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back
But yeah, I am a big guy. So if you're underage, one-on-one, probably not happening. At the same time, if you're underage, me hitting you is probably gonna net me in jail, so you have an advantage over there. Anyway, good night to you two.
I doubt it would be worth
Okay.
that much these days.
So after
Come on.
there was nothing in those ruins.
Oh man, this quest is overstaying its welcome. It's almost 3 hours long.
Almost feel sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Hey! Huh? Navia?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. They ran a special issue. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Rumoria, a magnificent jar thought to be over 1,000 years old. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be worth an absolute fortune.
Wait, isn't that the jar they used to hold the treasure?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something. Ugh, it's such a shame.
God damn, bro. Ah. Okay, so we learned how to get cake. Claim rewards. There you go. We can actually level her up a little bit more now. Can we? Can we though? Oh! Clappers. Huge. Okay, 3 out of 8. Rip and pepperoni. Now then. There is one more thing that I can actually do today. Which is this. Defeat Infinitesimal when it first enters a weakened state. Let's go try that, bitch. The only problem that I have is that I need to smash him with Overload really hard. Let's see. What is my actual team, though, for doing that? I can re-equip this team. I need these two for sure. I feel like it has to be something stupid like that.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
The only problem is that Shilomom is kinda bad. Actually. What if I do it like that? Or actually, wait. What if I do a Beanie? Because Beanie seems like the best buff that I can get outside of that.
You want me on...
You want me? No, I don't want you. I just have to get you. Oof. Okay, let's go try.
Rise with us right now. Emerge. Right now. Right here.
Quake!
Right now. Right here.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Pyroclastic surge!
No more mistakes.
Solidify!
Emerge. Right now. Right here.
Let's light it up! Light it up!
Right now. Emerge.
Stabilize!
Let's ride.
Right now. Emerge.
I'm going in! Light up the blazing sun!
I'm always watching. Right here. Emerge. Right here.
Crash from the sky!
Easy clap! Bro, we got it first try. Actual Pog. That's a kitty! Dude, that is so cute. Wait. What if I equip this instead of my flowers? How good is that gonna look? Holy. Wait, I fucking love that. Holy, look at that. Okay, I fucking love that. Worth it. Dude! Okay, we're actually winning massively today, huh? That was worth it. That was very worth it in my books. Mama Luigi, get healed. We go park our Mama Ika. And I would say today has been a very productive day. We got 2 new characters. We got some constellations. Nothing on Aoife, unfortunately. But what? She just shows you her ass. Okay, now I see why there's so many fetishes going on with her. How are we doing in wishes? 400 wishes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. GG. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. I hope you have a good day. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.